Hi. So this is going to be an unboxing of a like new Amazon liquid cooled electronics laptop, and we're going to try to upgrade it to make it as good as the new 16, which is one of the world's fastest laptops. Great price of $2,000 with 6% off on Prime. So cashback. So it's a very good deal for a 4090 laptop. And it's my first time dealing with a liquid cooled. I'm usually a Razer guy, as you can see on my previous videos. And I train AI models on my Razer RTX 3070. And I also have external GPUs and a desktop. But, wow, looks pretty new. So there we go. You can see it's got a little manual. And let's see. So let's take this off, take this off. Wow, pretty decent quality, man. Didn't expect such a heavy build. It's plastic on the bottom, so unlike the Razer, but it's fully metal aluminum, cast aluminum on the top, and it's a very sturdy screen, unlike the MSI ones. And there you go, i9 GeForce RTX. Let's power it up and let's see what happens. So now it's booted. I mean, it hasn't booted. So what the cool thing is, it gives you a BIOS option and you can tune it. And with a tuning, we can get a lot more performance. So turbo ratio limits. So how many cores can do turbo?
How well advised do you think he is on this particular issue? And what do you think it means for peace prospects, for the future of the Palestinian people, that President Trump is there with those people around him?
I do not believe there's much question or there's much there ought to be much focus on who's surrounding him. You can be surrounded by rednecks and bizarre.
And it even supports memory overclocking, which is quite amazing
Surrounded by very
for a laptop.
enlightened people like Tony Blinken. It doesn't really make much difference.
Dynamic memory boost. What the hell is that?
These people is
I wonder.
simple. That force works, that we have a near monopoly on force, and that if you consistently, persistently persevere in the resort to force.
Wow, the memory timings. This is a really impressive laptop. I mean, Razer doesn't allow you to do this. This already is like, I want to sell my Razer Blade for this. This tells you, I can never, optimize my timings. I can do it on my desktop, but I cannot do it on my Razer Blade. Impressive. Amazing laptop already. But let's deal with this tuning later. Let's excited to try it out. So let's go.
From Tony Blinken, only a flea sucker.
There are two types of parents choosing credit cards. Those who waste their precious time researching endless options, and those who use NerdWallet's Best of Awards to skip the hassle and find the perfect fit for their family's needs. The Nerds have ranked the best credit cards of 2025 and made it easy to find the best one for you. As a parent, you don't get much free time. That's why NerdWallet is a game changer. Their experts have reviewed over 1,100 financial products and spent over 425 hours of research, so you can quickly see the best options for parents like you. So if you're interested in a new credit card and are looking for a balanced transfer option to pay lower interest, rewards for family vacations, or low interest options, NerdWallet makes it easy to find the best card for you in minutes. Spend less time researching and more time where it matters most. Have your best credit card for 2025 with NerdWallet.
You can't change the voltage, so that's one thing with this. So I've ordered more a powerful memory, but that should solve that problem. But for now, let's just save it.
Is shaping up to be a
and continue.
Figure. He's already demonstrated he's a very important figure in the Trump administration. He wields enormous power on social media. He's also extremely close to President Trump. Do you think he might bring something, perhaps a new approach?
Took about a while longer to boot because of the memory training, so we've made it more high performance. We can see the large power brick, and let's set it up. It came with oh, it's 60. Oh, so it's actually much smaller. That's pretty good for the battery life because my Razer has a larger battery. Interesting. So we can see that there is some leeway, and there's some, I'm not sure what that is for. So let's see. This goes here. It's for the SSD. Oh yeah, that's the SSD cooler. So you can see the SSD cooler. Pretty neat. But only, why is it one side? That's weird. Why is it only one-sided? That's like, it's only got a one side, so it's only got a tiny, what the hell? The SSD cooler is only covering one side of the SSD. So it'll only cover small SSDs. Interesting. I can add a cooling, so it's not cooling these two, it's only cooling that. Interesting. Anyways, we can see the SSD model that they build it, they give you. So I'm going to upgrade that, and we're also going to upgrade the RAM. So we can see there's a RAM module here. Ah, it's single channel. So that's the issue. So I could have just bought a single 16 gigabyte. So that's why the performance is so low in multi-core. So that's an explanation for why the multi-core performance is low. But I think that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and let us know if you want to see the AI scores and stuff. Okay. We installed the 4 terabyte Predator GM 7000, which is double-sided, but it works on this laptop. And now we have a 5 gigabyte gaming and workstation workhorse. Building custom heat pipes for the Eluktronics laptop. I'm cutting this heat pipe bought from AliExpress. See the laptop still here. Cutting was actually easy. All you need is a normal plier. So don't worry about cutting to size, getting the correct size ones. It's cheaper to buy a longer one. The result. So we got 3 degrees better temperature by a makeshift thermal paste glued on heat pipes. And because of the large case, it should fit within Eluktronics. One of the best, fastest speeds ever. Okay, now we have the laptop set up. We can run some Geekbench with the default setup. It comes with a Samsung PM981, so the OEM version of the 980. And let's do a CPU benchmark and see how our i9-13900K is being throttled or not on the just the air cooling, no liquid cooling yet. So while we see this running, we can also unbox the liquid cooling. So let's see the liquid cooling here. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, we can see it here. Well, Geekbench is running. Interesting. Another instructions. Probably we have to read it because I've seen the videos. We've got to do. We'll do opening of the laptop to upgrade the RAM as well later, and it's interesting. Really good value with these like new open ones. Okay, it's really tiny. For a liquid cooling solution, it is really, really, really tiny. And you can see it's got all the LPP. It's really nice. The white color is also really nice. It's beautiful. I really like it. It's metallic top and plastic bottom, as I said before. But this is really like black and white. Pretty cool. Do not use coolant, distilled water only. Hasn't even been used, so pretty cool. Here is the tubing. All seems pretty new. So I think this wasn't open at all. So it's brand new, the water cooler. The laptop probably was open, but it doesn't have any scratches, so it's just like new. It's very fingerprint magnet. And let's see what our results are. Oh, we still haven't got results. Let's just check if it's in limited power mode so we don't get a disappointing result. Power. Choose power plan. Okay, it's in balance, so it should be okay. And we have the power connected. So let's just make sure system update isn't running, because that could afterwards I'll check, because the system update, Windows system update, can kill your benchmark results. They'll just go wild up and down. So let's fast forward to the end of the benchmarks. Wow, the single core beats my desktop. So on desktop, I think I get, actually now it doesn't, it just approaches my desktop, which is like AMD. But let's see how it compares with other laptops. So set is baseline, and let's look at 13900 laptops. Okay. Let's search for 900. So we can see, just make sure you can see this. Yeah, we can probably take a screenshot later. But yeah, so you can see there that um 13900 at other 13900 laptops scoring higher in multi-core, but similar performance in single core. Probably is throttling. So we'll see how impacts. So this is a Lenovo one. which probably isn't using cooling. But G15 is an awful score, so yeah, some of them have really awful scores. But yeah, it's bang in the middle for single core. We're getting bang in the middle results for single core. And we can see, yeah. Multi-core, we're getting a significant issue, so we need to look at, let's see if the water cooling can solve it. But let's also check what is Lenovo. Is this an 18-inch laptop? So let's see the electronic software. We can install that and see how that impacts performance. Electronic Control Center. Oh, it's office mode, so it's quiet and comfortable. Custom modes, balance mode, and custom modes. So let's try that. And let's try these. So let's see. That's only for the GPU we can do a boost, but right now we're concerned about CPU. So let's try profile 1. Temperature limit, sustained power limit. Let's increase it to 90 watts and boost power to 100 watts. And GPU enable for switch speed. So let's try the CPU fan. And let's run it really much higher. So after adjusting the fan profile, so we're increasing the fan speeds at a lower temperature than it does by default. Right now we're not concerned about GPU, so showing you how you can update this. And we do this. So it should just save by itself, right? So it's profile 1. And it's that, okay? So let's go back home. Quick settings, discrete GPU functions, battery health, let's check that. Balance mode, stereo mode. Let's keep it stationary mode. And performance settings, light settings. Keyboard backlight. See, okay, so it's only got region. They've cheaped out on the RGB. It's not per key RGB, but anyways, it doesn't matter. I mean, everything else is really good, but it's really funny because per key RGB is going to be add a few dollars to the cost, whereas then this is a lot of other costs like the 3090 and stuff. RGB trunk. Let's breathing. Let's impact raindrop. Yeah, it's a bit less impactful. So now let's see what happens with our bench results. The new curve. Run CPU bench. Let's close these other stuff and let's check Windows Update to make sure it's not doing anything. Update. Windows Update, please do not be doing something, because that's quite annoying. Oh yeah, it is doing installation, so that's a problem. That's definitely a problem. So that's see that's so we can pause the updates. Pause for 1 week. So it's doing a lot of updates, as you can see, and that's what's causing the problem. So these updates are causing the problem. Let's zoom out a little so you can see. Okay. Yeah, so it is updating. So the benchmark results aren't reliable. Anyways, even the previous one wasn't reliable before I did it, because with updates, it just means that the benchmarks are basically just all over the place because it's doing a lot of stuff in the background. Let's take it back, and okay, so it's paused updates. So now we can see it's paused. Fantastic. And now we can run this again and see what happens. So I'm going to fast forward the benchmark. Okay, so now we have the benchmark ran. We got about 20-30% improvement in multi-core, but it's still a bit lower than the other ones. So we can just check previous allow search 13900 HX, which is laptop CPU. The top one is Lenovo, so the Lenovo still does better multi-core, still has better cooling, but at least generally it's not so bad compared to, let's say, an average Lenovo. I guess these Lenovos were on overclocked maybe. We take an average one. We can see that Lenovo still performs 20% worse in better in multi-core, but it's worse in single core using the same CPU. It's interesting. I don't know why. It's probably they were doing something in the background. But let's try another ACE. Let's try the Acer Predator and see how that compares. Okay, so the multi-core was only 3% faster, and this Acer Predator is actually an 18-inch model, so that's pretty good for a 16-inch model. And remember, we haven't added the cooling, the water cooling. So I'm happy with it right now. I'm going to make some modifications with copper to improve it more like the Neo, which is the more expensive newer model, U16. And I think if you're interested, let me know and I'll upload that video as well. Running DeepSeek locally, even on battery power. Using 10 gigabytes of VRAM. It's answering. Now the speed of performance is low because now it's not connected to battery. It's connected to battery. We're just going to connect to power, and you can see sudden massive boost. There you go. So you can see that now it's using the full GPU power, and this is brilliant because you can also train on this laptop.